Welcome in my next video through the eyes of tourists. This time we are in Plock, Poland. It all started with a small settlement on the Tumski hill, where they decided to settle down the believers of one of the pagan cults in the Slavic lands. The history of Plock is over 1000 years old. In 1000, the Benedictines came here, and when Bolesław Śmiały sat on the throne, the city became a capital of the Mazovian bishopric. Kazimierz Wielki, who was at the same time the King of Poland and Prince of Plock, had the greatest influence on development of this town. It was during his reign that the area of the city underwent considerable growth and the obligation to pay the rent was abolished. A castle was also built. Last two wars also did not spare the city and community living in it. Unfortunately, the importance of the city has significantly decreased. However, this does not change the fact that its tourist attractiveness is at the really good level. This building, built in the neo-Gothic style, possibly by Henryk Marconi, around year 1840, is now known as an English hotel. Mira Zimińska-Sygetyńska, famous pre-war dancer and actress after the war, together with her husband, founded the famous song and dance ensemble Mazowsze. Ulica Tumska 8, one of the few Art Nouveau tenements built in 1917 through 1919 by Stanisław Dwornicki, is now the Museum of Mazovia. They're recording the work today for us, so as you can see, even in Plock, you cannot buy the weather. That's okay, we'll come back when the weather will be a little better. The oldest market in Plock, called the Canonical Market. On the right we'll see the House of Providence, then the courts and the Bishop's Palace. From the eastern side there is a Bishop's Palace. In depth, the Plock Scientific Society, founded in 1820. There is a wing of the Episcopal Palace and where the courts are now. Conference room of the Plock Scientific Society, founded in 1820. It was the first scientific society in Poland. On the left you can see the bas-relief of Zygmunt Padlewski, a Polish general of the insurgent armies during the January uprising. He was shot by the Russians on May 15, 1863 in Plock. 6 other insurgents were shot with him. The room is decorated with various of other memorabilia that show the history of Plock. The Plock Science Society also has impressive library of the Zieliński family, who once donated these collections for social purposes. We also see portraits of certain activists of the Plock Scientific Society. Numerous meetings and conferences of Plock are held here. exhibition hall of the Plock Scientific Society, located on the second floor. We see a bust of very meritorious Mr. Jakub Chojnacki. At this moment in this room is an exhibition of old American Railways shares. The activity of Plock Scientific Society and the Mazovian Museum began with private collectors. They mainly donate their exhibits to the public exhibition. This Plock Cathedral, built in 1144, was rebuilt many times. The walls of the Plock Cathedral, built in the shape of a cross, decorated with beautiful frescoes by Stanisław Drapierski as part of the renewing of Plock Cathedral. A newly renovated royal chapel. They are tombs of the kings of Polish rulers who ruled the Mazovia region. Among others, Władysław Herman and Prince Bolesław Krzywousty. Other graves of kings are found only on Babel. Wandering doors from the cathedral in Plock. They were robbed twice. Once, they end up in former capital of Sweden, Sigtuna, and then second time, the door end up in the in Novgorod the Great, and they are standing right now in the Council of the Santa Sofia, and this door are just a replica of the original one. former Benedictine abbey and two towers that are part of the former fortifications. From the hill located over 50 meters above the level of the Vistula, there is a very beautiful view of the Vistula River Valley. You can also see buildings on the left bank of the Vistula, and those Płock and the river shipyards, which used to be the largest river shipyards of this type in Poland. Grain elevator built in the old style, the port of Płock, Radziwie districts, and also a bridge built in 1938 called the Bridge of Pilsudski Legions. Monument bench presenting the president of the Scientific Association of Płock, Dr. Jakub Chojnacki. Main entrance to the oldest gymnasium in Poland, built in the year 11 AD. On the Tomsky Hill there are currently newly built hotels in the beautiful panoramic view of the Vistula. Astronomical observatory located in the oldest Polish school. The monument of Prince Bolesław Krzywousty, located on the Tomsky Hill. During his reign, Płock was the capital of Poland. Few know about this. Old Market Square in Płock, the place of the old Plocken trade fair. In 1827, according to Kubickich plans, a new town hall was built here. The current city authorities also sit in this building. Further on you can see tenement houses, mainly 18th and 19th century, but often with basements that remember the Gothic times. In the middle there is a fountain called Aphrodita, which makes the visitor's time more pleasant, and you can get some water in the hot days. Another bench monument dedicated to very well deserved native of Płock, Wacław Milke, who founded the Płock Song and Dance Group. The main post office of Plock, commissioned in 1829. At the site of the building in 1920, there were barricades defending itself against the Bolshevik invasion. The old prison in Plock, built in the Prussian era, functions to this day in almost unchanged form. The Temple of Mercy and Charity is a Mariavite cathedral in Plock, in central Poland. It is located near the Vistula River. The temple is a religious center of the Mariavite Church and contains a tomb of its founder, Feliksa Kozłowska, as well as a memorial plaque commemorating its first leader, Jan Maria Michał Kowalski. It is also the focus of pilgrimage by followers of the Mariavite Church. The main religious celebration occurs on August 15, the date of the Assumption of the Virgin Mary, which also coincides with the consecration of the church. The church was built on the site of the small manor with the two annexes that was purchased in 1902 by the sect's founder Feliksa Kozłowska. The temple's construction took place from 1911 to 1914, and it was financed chiefly from the collections of the Mariavite community. The temple was designed in the architectural styling of the English neo-Gothic. The church itself is built in the E-shaped plan to symbolize the word Eucharist. Perched on the top of the main dome is a gigantic monstrous adored by 4 angels, each measuring almost 4 feet in height. The following phrase can be read underneath: "Let us adore Christ the King, reigning all over nations." My travel to Plock in Poland is about to end, so I would like to thank you for your attention. If you like it, please subscribe to this channel. Also, you can make a like. And I would like to invite you to my other future presentations. And thank you again. Have a good time. Subscribe it, please.